Okay, now we're ready for mud on this corner, where the corner bead is at here, and get your trowel. And one important thing is to get your mud as smooth as you can right away. That way there's less sanding to do later. Because I hate sanding by hand, and although they have like a little palm sander is good for sanding, and they have some machines, but it's still a lot of work to sand that much. So if you get it real smooth, try to treat it like you're icing a cake, as a friend of mine told me. Anyways, when you get your trowel, sometimes, depending on how good you or your wife cleans it, you might leave a little speck of, something on there from the last time. And so you don't want that on there. So what I did on this side, there was a couple specks on this side, is I just sanded it off. Okay, and also this one, if it has a little bit of rust on it, and if you leave, once you wash it, if you don't wipe it off and dry it reasonably, it's going to rust a little bit. And you don't want any rust when you start, because the mud will turn brown a little bit. Although you can paint over it, it just looks sloppy. So as you're sanding off nice and smooth, you can get rid of a little of that rust too. Okay, and then to make it real smooth and creamy, make sure you mix up your drywall mud a lot so you can get that icing effect. I'm just gonna bend down here and get some mud. Show you how to do this. And get your trowel. And usually I have 2 trowels in my hand. This is a real easy little thing here. 2 trowels so I can scrape the mud off of one and just clean it up a little bit. Just get your mud and you put it on. And once you get your corner bead in place, you go real wide here. Don't go little strips. Go like, good 6 to 8 inches, 10 inches out. And once you get the mud on there, is what you're going to do is you're going to go this way first, towards the outside, and then as well, I'm straight forward, mud off there. You can come this way, sideways, and just smooth it out right here like this. See? There we go. And this is only out about 5 inches, so I'm going to add a little bit there. Now the whole thing is about 7, 8 inches wide, and it'll just be a nice transition to the wall. And you just make it nice and smooth and creamy looking. I hope you can see that, but it's very smooth now. I'm just going to finish it up and touch up the sides. Do both sides, and there you have it. Well, in fact, maybe I'll do the sides to help you see it. Let me add a little more here. There we go. Scrape the mud off. And obviously I'm going to go all the way up to the top, but I'm just going to do it roughly right now so I can show you on the video, without wasting your time on anything, so you can move on to better things. So just bring it down, and sometimes if you got to flip it over, come up the other direction, that's fine too. There you go. Let's see how it's nice and smooth. Now, and if you mess up the other side, just come back and you can scrape along the edge and touch it up there. And it seems like this wants to be a little wider here, so I'm gonna, because it's the end of a wall, I'm gonna go over a little bit just to make it nice and frosting-ish looking like. After this, I'm gonna do a how-to video on baking a cake, because I love cake. Anyways, messed it up. Just come back, and there you go. Nice and smooth and creamy. There you go. And then once you sand it, do a second coat of mud just for some imperfections, and then sand it again, and then you're ready to paint. Hope that's helped. Clean your tools.